Welcome to LatinPerDiem. Today we're looking at Matthew chapter 5, verses 1 through 3. Idon de tous oklus, anebe eis ta oros, kai kathisantas autou, proselthon auto, hoi mathetai autou, kai anoixas ta stoma autou, didaskan autus legon. Makarioi hoi ptokoi to pneumati, hoti auton estin, he basileia ton uranon. Now that I've read these verses, let me explain a few of the grammatical elements. The verse begins with idon, which is an aorist, active participle in the masculine singular nominative. Idon refers to Jesus. Whenever there is a nominative, it is automatically the subject of a finite verb. So who is it that is anebe? Well, it is Christ, our Lord, who is anebe. And idon is from the verb horao, which means to see. Horao, of course, is an alpha contract verb, the third principal part of which is adon. Thus, when we turn this finite form into a participle, we have to drop off the augment, and thus the stem is id. So Jesus seeing, idon. Now remember that a participle is a verbal adjective. As a verbal adjective, participles have the qualities both of verbs and adjectives. In its verbal register, participles have both tense and voice. This particular participle, idon, as I have explained, is aorist and active. Now because it is active, it is able to take an object, and in fact it does take an object in this instance. It takes the object tous oklus, which means the crowds. Now oklus is kind of a nasty word in classical Latin, ha oklos. A crowd is the unwashed mobs, we would say in Latin, vulgus. And of course, rule by the lowest common denominator, the lowest elements in society, is called in English an ochlocracy. An ochlocracy. Jesus, seeing the crowds, what did he do? Anebe, he went up. This verb, anebe, is also aorist, and anebe is taken from the verb ana bino. Bino is the Koine Attic word which means to go in a certain direction, and with the prefix, the preposition ana, it means to go up. And what did Jesus do after seeing the crowds? He went up, eis ta aros, he went up onto a mountain. And kathisantas autou, genitive absolute, when he had sat down, he can't be the subject of proselthon, because the genitive absolute is absolute grammatically from the rest of the sentence. And when he had sat down, proselthon auto hoi mathetai autou. The subject of proselthon, which is the third plural, is hoi mathetai, the disciples. Whose were they? They were autou, his. When he had sat down, kathisantas autou, hoi mathetai autou, his disciples, proselthon auto, they came to him.